I couldn't get in,
Yeah, was it just like not letting, it wasn't
but
telling me
here I
you
am
were trying
now.
to get in. And then I went and I checked my email
Oh
to see
yeah,
if it was
it,
saying
it
anything.
said that it said that you were already in a meeting. So I tried a different link, and it said you were already in a meeting again. And so this was my third try. So
Huh,
I just went back to the original one.
weird. Yeah,
So
like I turned it on and I tried to turn the live YouTube on and it did this thing where it like recorded about 3 seconds and then started looping that and making a screaming sound. It was really bad.
ooh,
Yeah, it was really, really
ugh,
awful sounding. So I shut all of that down, and then launched it, and then like nobody was here, and I'm just like sitting here.
yeah,
And so then I went in my email and I saw that you had tried to join.
yeah.
So I shut it down again, and then I've just relaunched it.
Hmm. Okay.
It
So it's
might
just
just,
us then.
I think it might just be us tonight.
Okay.
I know that
All right.
Lorene was going to be away. Marley's babysitting.
Yeah.
I messaged Whitney, but I haven't heard back. She's probably sleeping.
Yeah. All right.
So do you want to stick to the drawing with line, or do you want to do something different tonight?
Um, I don't care. I hadn't picked anything yet, so on the border. Sure.
For this, if you're going to try to use it as a shading technique, it really does help if you have something to draw from versus just trying to like make something up.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking I was going to try
Yeah.
to draw this teapot.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think I might mm, I don't know.
While you're looking around, I'm just going to run through the examples that I posted for the video. So we're doing drawing with line, and it's a good technique for various things. I mean, it's a good technique for all kinds of things, but it really, really does shine in stuff like a landscape or depictions of furry pets.
Oh my God.
Good for drawing fruit. Fruit's always a classic thing to test out drawing, doesn't move. Do you have any nice teacups?
I do, but they're too fancy, too much
too,
detail.
too much to do?
Yeah, too involved. What else have I got here? Hmm.
Good
How
job.
about you? Were you busy this week?
Um, Not really. I was getting drawings done. And then, just yard stuff is amping up now that it's, warm enough and I can dig and all of the things. And grass
Yeah,
cutting.
I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was out digging in the dirt today. It was good. My back is sore now, though.
Yeah. Were you doing garden beds?
I- Yeah, I'm still building building beds and making soil.
Yeah, that takes a while here. Like the soil you start
Yes.
with isn't makes a good forest.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like concrete. The ground is so hard.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'd be much slower without the chickens, that's for sure.
Are you kind of on a hilltop?
Yes. Yes. I'm up above Brandy and Tracy,
Yeah.
and man, a lot of water comes down this hill. Like the grade is probably it's got to be like 15% grade
Yeah.
going down to the shop. And if it's been raining for like 3 or 4 days, uh, it's spongy. Like I
Yeah.
splash as I'm walking downhill.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, much moisture.
Is it
Oh,
terraced at all?
no, no, no. It's just, yeah. I got my little flat spot that the trailer's on, and then it's an extreme hill on the way down.
And then what's the spot that you're building your gardens like?
Um, I've got some stuff going on out back, behind the trailer, and it's kind of like just growing in a um, old uh, greenhouse frame. I've got it wrapped in plastic netting kind
Yeah.
of thing to keep the deer and the chickens out. And in the front, it's just kind of a free for all. The freaking chickens were eating my daisies today. Nobody's touched my daisies, and now they're all gone.
Yeah.
um, yeah. Uh, so I'm trying to get fencing in the front, but I don't have a deck on yet. And Randy wants to put a deck on. Like there's so many rocks. Of course, I'm building all my beds out of rocks. But I've also been filling 45-gallon drums that I've cut in half. And so I'm planting, and I've got probably about a dozen of those filled now with soil that I've made. So I'm starting to put stuff in those now.
And then have you got them behind fencing to keep the deer out?
Some of them, but not all of them.
Right.
I'm That's like my project in the next month. I need to get my back. I've got it barricaded so the deer don't typically go back there, but they could go back there if they wanted to,
Yeah.
which yeah.
Once they figure out there's something there to go for, they'll just that's all they'll do until it's gone.
Yeah, totally. Like they ate my rhubarb last year. My rhubarb grew fantastic. Like it was massive and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I go outside and it's like all just chewed to shit. I'm like, it's poisonous, you guys. Like,
Yep. They've eaten poppies here. They bite off my daffodils and just drop them. They don't bother to eat them. They just bite them off.
ah,
And same with my crocus.
ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Just about anything
Yeah,
I'm trying to grow, I've got to block off for about 2 or 3 years because as long as it's young, they'll bite at it, even if they don't eat it.
just to mess it up.
Or,
Yeah,
test. And if a different one's testing every week, it doesn't take very long to get rid of a new plant.
no.
Let my trees get tall enough that you can eat the bottom branches, but they like still live.
Yes, yes. I'm nursing a couple of elderberries right now. And at first they totally left them alone. I had them barricaded and everything, and then they came up above the netting, and they knocked them down to get the tops. I'm like, the leaves were right at their head height. If they had just dug a bit, they could have got them. But no, they went up the top and just broke everything.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And as they walk through stuff, they also kick apart like beds and shit, which is
Yes,
incredibly frustrating. Like, oh, I took all
yeah,
this
the
time to
chick.
build this rock wall and you just kicked half of it down. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, my chickens are terrible for that too. Yeah, I fill up I got this trunk that I split apart and filled it up with compost and everything, and I'm waiting for it to sink down. And then I'm adding I've got a screened just topsoil from around the yard, mixed with a little bit of compost and a little bit of stuff straight out of the coop, because it it's they do such a good job, and I mix it with like wood pellets and shavings as well, and it comes out and it's like so already dirt,
Yep.
like that I mix that into, and it so far I haven't burned anything with it, so that's good.
Yep.
um, um, but yeah, I grow stuff right in the like compost where I'm going to grow,
Yeah.
I basically just to save myself some effort.
Which with some of the like sandy and like foresty soil we have, it really does need it.
Yes.
Like huge chunks of my yard are just straight sand. And then other chunks that are like there was vegetation on them at one point, so some of them are wet and dark, and then some of them are that weird, like almost the color of this teapot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like this really orangey.
Hmm.
It's not fertile.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fertility is a whole other thing.
What kind of stuff do you like to grow?
I've always been a landscape gardener. Kind of, I love perennials and it's especially shrubs and small trees. I've been driving down the road and like had to slam on my brakes because I saw a pretty tree. Um, but of course, I want to grow food. I've always wanted to grow food. I'm just really bad at it.
It's
Um,
not easy. They make it out like it's
no,
going to be easy. It's not.
it's totally not. And yeah, I don't know how we've survived as a species, really, because it's hard. And if I had to like survive off of what I have been able to grow, I would be thin. Like, like
Yeah.
really hungry.
It's also different out here. Like where I grew up in Ontario, it's actually pretty darn easy to grow a really big garden because you get the really hot days and there's a long enough
Right.
growing season. Whereas here we're kind of like struggling to grow a bunch of things in the temperature it is right now all year round.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little bit
I mean,
deceptive.
I've got, sorry.
It's a little bit deceptive, like our growing
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like I want to plant everything, but I mean, we could still have some major weather. My lettuce survived absolutely fantastically. I can't believe it. And it's like back on the grow again.
Yeah,
Like the front stuff was like a little abused because of the wind
yeah.
plus all of the weather. But the back stuff, it got its little snow cap and I mean, it looks lovely. There was, yeah, I picked a slug out of there today. All
That's
right.
Yeah, like you can get the brass, like my all my kale is looking great. My Brussels sprouts are looking great. You can get the brassicas
Nice.
really going here, but you got to fight the slugs. And once they come
Yes.
in, like, oof. Yeah, I hope we get a bit of a warmer, sunnier year. Like I had so much green growth last year, like everything put on volume. I got very few
Mm-hmm.
blooms, very little fruit.
Hmm. So that sounds like too much nitrogen,
Okay.
not enough phosphorus. And
What would I add to the gardens to help with that?
like bone meal would help. Um, what else? Trying to think of what else. Any kind of like mixed fertilizer, like a uh, with a low first number should be good. Even compost tea would probably help. Like my birds were at my lavender and my bloody rose campion. Like it's like you're not supposed to eat fuzzy plants and foxgloves. Oh my gosh, my baby chickens last year were eating foxglove. I was like, oh, okay, they're just gonna all die,
Yeah,
right? Like, because there's so many foxgloves around here, I couldn't possibly pick them all out and hide them from them. Like,
yeah.
they're everywhere, and yeah, nobody died.
There's cherry blossoms started in downtown already.
Wow.
Like the house right like two down beside Lance's, the house near the post office.
Oh
She's
yeah,
got
yeah,
blossoms
yeah.
in her yard.
My ex-husband has cherry trees growing on our my old property that I planted, um, geez, 20 years ago now. And they were just, my friend was eating cherries, and instead of like spitting them out, he just kept popping them in a pot that
Yeah.
was beside my chair. And so all of these things sprouted like a few months later. I'm like, what the hell are these? Right. And, of course, pull it out, and it's like, oh my God, they're cherry. So they're not like a brand of cherry, a name, a particular variety or anything, but of the three cherries that are growing, they're all delicious. They're like not like a store-bought cherry. Some of them are, two of them are really small,
Yeah.
and the other one's kind of a weird color. But yeah,
But
got
they taste,
lucky and they all taste good.
yeah. I've got three in one of my gardens that I've grown from pits. And I've got
Nice.
two peach trees and either a nectarine or an apricot that are all from pits.
Oh,
The,
nice.
and those are all like the peach tree and the apricot are like 2 feet high this year. So they'll
Nice.
probably hit 4 feet by the end of this summer.
Yeah, cool.
And the cherries are like two of them are a year old and some of them are just starting this year. So we'll see what they turn into. And I'm just gonna keep doing
I'm
it.
a,
Like I got lots of
yeah,
blocked off areas and I'll just
yeah,
see what
yeah.
comes.
I mean, what's it gonna hurt, right? Like, yeah. I mean, they always tell, oh, you're not gonna get, what you plant, the same as what got it from. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, yeah, maybe it'll get something that's better,
Yeah.
And yes, I've had apples and went, oh, this is disgusting, and tossed that. But I mean, I feel that way about some of the grocery store apples. So,
Yeah.
like, there's personal preference involved as well, right?
Well, and there's also it's still gonna flower, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
beautiful for a chunk of the year. The
Yes.
bees are gonna love it.
Yes.
It's gonna add
Yes.
I'm like I agree with you. I like having like multiple layers in what's going on in my yard. Like I don't really like grass. I
Yeah.
like shrubbery. I like trees.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I like the comfrey because it's big and showy. And then I
Yeah.
like having something kind of spiky near it because it's got that
Yes.
like
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm all about that. And colors together, certain colors together. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's a floodplain. And it's a old logged valley, so it floods,
yeah,
and there was no soil to speak of. So that's when I started composting and started, um like everybody's house that I went to, I collect all their compost, you go out for dinner and it's like, oh, can I take these? Everything was dragged home. And I just started, as soon as I had deep enough dirt, I'd start planting. And yeah, just drag everything. Stop on the way home and grab maple leaves. Stop on the way home and grab, discarded grow up dirt, whatever I could get my hands on.
yeah.
And yeah, now it's of course beautiful. My daughter uh, brought me a little vine maple that was like this big in 2005, and she sent me a picture of it last year, and it made me cry because it was so beautiful.
What did you end up deciding to draw?
A ukulele.
Oh, cute. That's
It's
super cute.
really terrible.
I'm not having my most successful kettle drawing ever, but that's okay. Sometimes things are just for practice.
Yep. I did finish my um, letter from last week,
Ooh,
and I actually liked how it came out.
yeah. You want to show it off?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh, really cool. I was really wondering how, because I saw how you'd had it taped. I was wondering how it was going to turn
Yes, I
out.
know it didn't make any sense, so I really wanted to be able to
Can you hold it
finish
just a
it.
little closer? There's like texture in the green too, eh?
Yeah, I used watercolor, so there's a little, I used, yeah, a little bit of
And little
yellow and
flowers. And it's
yeah,
got kind of like it's almost like a sky background in the center.
yeah, yeah,
Really nice.
yeah. Actually, yeah, it looks like it's got some depth to it in real life, which I hadn't planned, and it's just a nice little bonus.
You should put that up on the Facebook for other people to see it too.
Yes, I keep meaning to. Never get around to taking the pictures.
Yeah, yeah, fair Show me how your ukulele turned out.
It's horrible.
Oh, it's a really good ukulele shape.
Yeah, I'm not doing so great with the lines though. I don't know how to, yeah.
you did more of a color in technique than just to like pick up the
Yes,
shading of the ukulele.
yes.
I think my kettle's passable. It's kind of
Oh
got
yeah,
kettle,
that's cool. Yeah,
but
yeah. I think I'll probably have at this one again. A redo.
well, thanks for showing up, Cheryl. I was having a weird 5 minutes just being on here, being like, I'll draw my kettle. Hopefully somebody shows.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, thanks. Okay, it's gonna shut us off. So thanks again for coming,
All
and
right. Bye.
I'll see you next week, Cheryl.
Yeah. Bye.